Shalom, shalom. Call halal, Yahweh Shemir Washab, Shemir Kakadash, and double honors unto the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect and to the speckled birds scattered abroad, and peace and salutations unto the men that are out there doing the work, laboring, risking their lives and their freedoms to magnify and exalt the name of Yahweh Shemir Washab and to raise up the elect. Shalom. And I want to do a video on today's so-called MLK Day. And I want to do a video on this because, some of you, may be new to the truth, whoever sees this video, some of you may come across this and think, well, what's wrong with that? I'm going to bring out some scriptures and tell you why, what's wrong with that, because the Lord, He's in control of everything, man. And what MLK did, let me read the article. Let me see what they have over here. As y'all know, he was a leader of the civil rights movement, in the 60s and stuff like that. Y'all know about him, and y'all know what he did and what his message was. His message was about us coming together with Esau. That was his message, He had that big speech on the, I believe it was it the Washington Monument or something like that? It's called I Have a Dream speech. He didn't even write the speech. Edomite did. He was just used as a pawn and as a tool or a puppet to basically deceive our people. That's really what his purpose was. That's what his purpose was. He's not our leader. He's not no prophet. And then I'm going to show y'all a picture. Who is this? It's an Edomite. An Edomite. This is what's his name? Rothschild. Rabbi Jacob Rothschild. The scriptures say call no man rabbi, and I believe it means master. And they got the nerve to call themselves master. They the ones that profess to have the knowledge of the Lord, and they claim that they are the Lord's people. Because we know that the Israelites, and they don't even call themselves Israelites. They call themselves Israelis. And if you look that word up, it means basically inhabitant of their land, something to that effect. So it doesn't mean descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But most people there, they don't do research, they don't look up stuff, and they're in darkness. They believe everything, this so-called white man says. And this is him and his wife. Like I said, I don't gotta say too much. Everybody knows who Martin Luther King is. We've all been brought up in the ways of Babylon the Great. And we've all been taught, certain things, and we've all been told who our leaders were and how great they were and what they did, how they did it and stuff like that. He's just like Malcolm X. See that this is about Martin Luther King, This is about Martin Luther King, right? Because the Lord didn't want our people to come together, and the Lord didn't want us to serve their gods, because when we become like them, then we become filthy. But I'm gonna get this in Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 25, because this is what he's known for. This is what. When you hear his name, you think of everybody coming together and, us going to school with them and holding hands. No, that's not what the Lord said. That's not what the Lord said, man. It says, Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 25, it says, I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. And ain't that what he said? Ain't that the big speech that he had on the Washington Monument thing or whatever? Everybody knows about that. And you see what it says. It says they have said lies in his name. Because hey, he was mentioning, he didn't say the names Yahweh Shemir Washab, but he was mentioning, God and and stuff like that. And hey, the Lord set him up on the left-hand side, if you have understanding, because it says in the scriptures the deceived and the deceiver are his. He was a deceived and he was a deceiver. But it says, verse 26, It says, how long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of deceit of their own heart. You see that? And that's out of his own heart, because that's what the Lord said. Right? This is what the Lord said. This is Isaiah, what is it, 55? 55 and verse 8, it says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. You see that? So, and the scriptures also tell you, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. And he didn't bring out 80 scriptures. 80 scriptures. A lot of people, they just like to talk out of the side of their neck, man. Anything they think, they always bring up, I feel this, I feel that, I want this, I want that. That's not what the Lord's dealing with. I just read in Isaiah 55 and verse 8, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. Let me go back to the matter of fact. Isaiah 55 and verse 8. It says, verse 9, it says, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. You see that? Like, 2/3 of our people, they don't understand why we went through the things that we went through. They don't understand all the trauma, all the pain, all the suffering, what it was for, what was the reason of it. They don't understand it because they've been blinded. And they're ultimately not part of the elect. They don't understand it. And that's why a lot of people, when you tell them that the Lord put these curses on them, he's allowed them to come against us, they be like, what? Not my God. But what did the Lord just say? It says, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. So his ways are above our ways. You're not going to understand unless the Lord brings you into this understanding. You can't choose the Lord like Christians. A lot of our people, they be saying, I gave my life over to Christ. No, man, that's not even his name. You can't give your life over. He chooses you. Let me get that, what's it, John? I believe it's 15. No, that's not it. That's not it. 15 and 16. It says, ye have not chosen me. This is the words of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, which is real name is Yahushua. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit. What is that fruit? Bringing in, Israelites, man. So-called blacks, so-called Native Americans, and so-called Hispanics. It says that your fruit shall remain, right? And that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he will give it unto you. You see that? So you can't choose the Lord, man. Martin Luther King didn't choose the Lord, I mean, the Lord didn't choose him ultimately. So, but the Lord did choose him to deceive our people because everything is ordained of the Lord. I'm going to get that in the book of Job, chapter 12, verse 16. Hold on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get that. The Lord deceived and this is, I've never heard this scripture being brought out in the church. Because why do we have false prophets? People don't have control over their own actions. The Lord is in control of you, man. Whatever somebody speaks, whatever you think, the Lord is in control of that. The Lord don't make you do bad. Yeah, he does. You don't have no understanding. This is Ezekiel chapter, what was that, chapter 14 or verse 9? Because he's considered, a prophet or whatever. Because I know he, I remember a couple years back, I went out there, to Atlanta, Georgia. And I think he graduated high school. He graduated high school, at 15, 16, at an early age, basically. 15 years old, 16 years old. He became a pastor, and then ultimately he became a civil rights activist and, a spokesman for, our people and stuff like that. But it wasn't in the ways of the Lord, This is Ezekiel chapter 14 in verse 9. It says, if the prophet be deceived when he hath spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and I will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. And after what the Lord did he get shot? Yep, that's what happened. And you don't see the organizations of Martin Luther King. I mean, they probably do have a MLK foundation or organization, like a charity thing, but you don't see a lot of our people really like, hey man, MLK's my ass. You don't really hear a lot of our people be saying that, man. They know, of course, we all know who he is and what he so-called did, but a lot of our people, they don't really, recognize him like that. They just don't, because he's not a true man. The Lord never wanted everybody to come together, man. As it says in this is Isaiah chapter 9 and 16. It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. You see that a lot of our people are destroyed mentally right now. And 2/3 of them, they're going to be there. They were ordained to be like that. The ones that were like that back then and like that now, because reincarnation is in the scriptures. A lot of our people, they want to join hand in hand with this devil, man. And they think just because you work with a so-called, white person, or you live next to one or something like that, because, we're in captivity and stuff like that. We amongst the unclean, these other nations, these heathens, they think that, oh man, I just gotta go along and get along. No. What the Lord say? I'm gonna get this in what is it? Leviticus 19 and 2. Because this is what the Lord told us, man. The law was only given to Jacob, man. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get this in Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19. I might, if the Lord allows me to do a part 2. Because I'm going to close out. I got to, do something. This is Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. You see that? So, no nation has known the mind of Yahweh Shema Shah. They don't know to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shah. They don't have the spirit and the the ways to keep his ways. They don't have it. The Lord's only dealing with the Israelites, you so-called blacks and so-called Spanish and Native Americans. Right now he's dealing with the elect, not even all the nation of Israel. It says Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 2. It says, speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say to them, ye shall be holy, for I am the Lord your God, am holy. You see that? We know America, Babylon the Great, this country is not holy. All the things that happen, all the blood shed, the rape, robbery, and murder that has happened, and how they got this land, the deceit, the treachery, the lies that they push. Come on now, but Jake want to be here. They want to hold hands with this devil, man. But, that's all I'm going to be able to bring out on this right now. I'm going to close out. Call hello, Yahabah Shemel Shabbat Shemel Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, a great millstone. And peace and salutation and steady liking to the speckled bird. Those Israelites that look like the heathen nations. And peace and salutations to you brothers that's pushing the word out on the highways and byways across the four corners of the earth. Shalom.